If you're dealing with wrist stiffness and pain, then join me for this 6-minute follow-along routine designed to boost your wrist mobility, but also help you find pain relief. We are going to be doing 6 pretty simple wrist exercises, but there is not going to be any stretching. So basically, you're going to be actively moving your muscles and your joints through your full range of motion. This dynamic kind of approach can be a lot more comfortable, especially if you are experiencing wrist pain. Now, each exercise will last just 1 minute, so no need to worry about counting and no equipment is needed. Now, in order to get the most benefit from these exercises, I recommend doing these at least 1 time a day, but if you experience more frequent wrist stiffness and pain, then you might want to consider doing these 2 to 3 times a day. And always remember to move within a range of motion that feels comfortable for you. All right, let's get those wrists feeling better, shall we? Okay, exercise 1 is wrist flexion with open fingers. So we are just gonna work on one wrist motion right now, and that is wrist flexion. And it can be a lot more comfortable to do it with your fingers open to start. So to do this, you want to relax your arms down at your side. You're going to place your forearms in a neutral position. So that's basically like a thumbs up position here. Bend those wrists forward and we're going to hold for 5 seconds. And then we're going to go ahead and go back to a neutral position. Ready? Okay, bend those wrists forward as far as you can. Relaxing those fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just go back to a neutral position. And again, come forward into wrist flexion as much as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then relax into neutral and bring those wrists forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. And again, really just working on trying to move a little bit more each time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax back to neutral. And again, flex forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax back to neutral. Good job. Okay, exercise 2 is wrist extension with open fingers. So to do that exercise, we are just gonna go and bring our wrists back in the opposite direction, holding a few seconds, and then back to neutral. Ready? All right, bend those wrists back in extension as far as you can. Fingers are open with this one. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then relax back to neutral. And again, bring them back as far as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back to neutral. Try to go a little farther each one. Back to extension. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to neutral. Making sure you're not moving the shoulders, you're just bringing those wrists back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back to neutral. And again, bring those wrists back as far as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax back to neutral. Good job. Okay, exercise 3 is wrist flexion and extension with a fist. So to do this, you want to place your arms at your side. We're still going to do this in a forearm neutral position. Curl your fingers into just a light fist. You don't want to clench too hard. And now we're going to do wrist flexion and hold for a few seconds, and then go into wrist extension and hold for a few seconds. Ready? All right, let's go ahead and move into wrist flexion first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now move that wrist into extension. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And bring them forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And extend those wrists back as far as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trying to keep those fingers curled, but not too tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, back, keeping the fingers curled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And forward into flexion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And back in extension. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. Exercise 4 is wrist flexion and extension with a fist again, but this time we are gonna turn our forearms into pronation. So this is a palms down position. And then what we're gonna do is flex those wrists forward into flexion and then bring those wrists up in extension that way. All right, flex forward, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And bring those wrists up into extension. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And forward, trying to keep those fingers curled in that fist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And up into extension. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back down into flexion, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And back up into extension. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get a few more in here. Flexion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up into extension. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. Good job. Okay, now let's go into exercise 5, which is wrist flexion and extension, but we're gonna do this up in supination. So let's turn those palms up and we're gonna go ahead and bring those wrists forward in flexion and then bring those wrists down into extension that way. Again, making sure that you make a fist. Doesn't have to be a tight fist. You can loosen that fist just a little bit if you're feeling too much of a stretch. Ready? All right, bend those wrists forward, making sure it's just your wrists, not your arms. Flex those forward, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And bring those wrists back into extension. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And forward into flexion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And bend those wrists back into extension. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And extension. Loosen those fingers up a little bit if you need to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And flex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try to get one more extension in there. Bring those back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. And now our last exercise, exercise 6, is wrist circles. So now we are going to go ahead and just kind of combine all of that and move our wrists in circles one direction, and then we're going to go ahead and rotate in the other direction. Ready? All right, rotate one direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And rotate in the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can move as fast or as slow as you want. Rotate the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And go ahead and change directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, switch directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try to make big circles with your wrists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good job. And there you have 6 active range of motion exercises to reduce your wrist stiffness and help you find wrist pain relief from arthritis or tendonitis. I'm proud of you for making it through with me. Come back to these exercises every day to keep ahead of your wrist stiffness and pain. Now, if you found this video helpful, do please give it a like and don't forget to hit that subscribe button below and check out more exercises you can do for your shoulder, your wrist, your hand in these videos here. Until next time, thanks for watching.